Hello there, it's Carrie Rhoades here. Welcome back to the Trinity Stamps YouTube channel. In today's video, I am going to be sharing with you some card sketches that I used to make this card that really inspired me to get creative. I'm going to be featuring this My One and Gnomely stamp set, and the challenge that I am doing is Kendra's Card Challenge number 13. Trinity Stamps is a super sponsor of their sketch this quarter, and so I wanted to feature it in today's video. I'm going to be using not only the card sketch, but they also have a like 6 different ways that you can cut a 6x6 piece of paper and then use those pieces in the card sketches. Like, it's really clever, and they offer so many other ways to inspire you. Also, Trinity Stamps is doing a hop with them. It starts today. I will have a link to the playlist for all of the stops on the hop, so you can get some more ideas with this sketch challenge and then learn how you can get this printable PDF and play along yourself. So I cut out the paper, and then I'm going to do this challenge right here. Now, I did cut one of my pieces wrong. So I had to redo one piece, and I thought I would use this leftover heart that I used in my hop video, that plaid heart there. So I'm changing part of the sketch. I'm turning that circle that's in the sketch into a heart instead. So not only did this give me a really fun layout for a card, but it inspired me to use something I already had and adapt this a little bit. So it gives you really a jumping off place. And because I was changing it up, I decided I would sketch out how I wanted to make my card, the ideas that were floating around in my head in my Card Maker Sketchbook by Trinity Stamps. Love that thing. So now I have my thoughts captured and I don't have to worry about forgetting something. All right, so I have this background stamp. It's like typed out words. It's from Trinity. I'm going to ink it up with some ruby red ink, and I'm going to stamp that down onto this kind of rose colored cardstock and give it a nice fun background. Now, most of my background is going to be colored up, but in the sketch, in the PDF, it tells you like this layer could be stamped or stenciled. So I decided to go ahead and stamp mine out. Then I am showing you here the crisp crease that I am getting that's going to keep my card shut while I try to glue down this layer. And that's with the Trinity crease tool. It's Teflon. It is like my favorite tool. So I wanted to make sure and show you that because I probably haven't talked about it much lately. Okay, so next I'm adding on those die cut or those pattern paper layers. They're not die cut. I used a paper cutter. You saw me do it, right? Yeah. And also it gives you the measurements in the little PDF, so you know like how big to cut the mat that you're putting your pattern paper on. Love that. All right, so next I am adding this layer, which is one of the other things that I changed up. I made mine so it would go all the way across the card because having a heart, the bottom part of this, the left-hand side of it wouldn't be covered up like it would with a circle. Also, I decided as I was just laying it out there, right there in the moment, I wanted it scooted down a little bit farther on the card instead of more towards the center. Next, I am bringing in the Dainty Heart die cut. It's actually a cut and foil. The words that say love you there, foil, but I'm just using the hearts. I die cut the solid heart from white and the scalloped layer with that dark red. Next, I showed you the One and Gnomely stamp set. I'm stamping out this little gnome and she's holding a heart. It's really cute, and there's sentiments you can stamp inside the heart. So I'm going to do that, but first I'm going to color up all the things. So I'm trying to match the colors of my paper with my Copic marker. So I'm starting out with R89 as my darkest red color for her little hat. And then you can see everywhere I put the darkest marker, I'm now coming in with that mid-tone and making that area just a little bit bigger. I'm going over the top of what I colored and kind of spreading it out. And then I'm coming in with my lightest color, which is R39, and doing the same thing, making it bigger until I've completely covered that image. And then I can go over and blend it a little more if I need to. I'm going to use those same colors for her mittens and her shoes. For her dress there, I have this pink marker. I did not put the cap up right. Sorry, I should have written down the markers that I used in my sketchbook so I could tell you. Oh, it was RV42 there. All right, so then for her skin, I did E13 as my darkest color and E11 for my lightest, and just a little bit of a shadow with that E13, and then most of it's colored with E11. Then I'm going to give her some brown braids, so this little gnome kind of looks like me. with brown hair, and my hair used to be so super long. I recently cut like 5 inches off of it, so I probably could have done these braids, but yeah, it's a little bit shorter now, a little more manageable. Doesn't get caught in the seatbelt, you know. All right, so next I'm adding some white gel pen highlights. I don't know if you guys like to do this, but I love it, especially with my gnome. Like I can put a little shine mark on the nose, little freckles on the cheek. If you're doing a gnome with a beard, it's really nice to have the white highlights and the little gray beard. It's very cute. So on this heart, I'm going to stamp XOXO. I think that's just perfect, right? It's so cute. Of course, you could leave the heart blank if you wanted. There are dies to cut out all the things, even that little XO, there's a die for that. Isn't that cool? So there she is, die cut out, ready to go. And then I'm going to take another of those small sentiments that says love you, and I'm going to bring in another die set. This is the tiny speech bubble die set, and cut that out with a speech bubble. And then I also had this sentiment left over. I had already stamped it, and I brought it in to use on this card that says there's no one better than you. There's no better friend than you. That's what it says. Sometimes words are hard. Yeah. Okay, I glued the 2 hearts together, and before I move on, I really like Valentine's with glitter. Like, I like a little, you know, memory of making Valentines in kindergarten when I am making Valentines, and that is glue and glitter. So I'm bringing in my rock candy glitter besides this jar of glitter that's so huge, makes me so happy. I'm going to put that all the way around the edge. Now it's not perfect, but the glue is going to dry clear. The rock candy glitter is clear. So when it's dry, it looks beautiful and lovely, and it's okay that it wasn't perfect. Now, in my sketch, I had my gnome off to the side, but in the end, I decided she needed to go right in the middle, and then the little love you off to the side. I'm doing some of those thin foam squares on the heart because part of it is overlapping that other part that was raised up, so it also needed to be raised up on part of it. Then I cut off the part that hung off the edge of the card, and then we need embellishments. These are the boiled sugar jelly hearts. They're like clear. Completely clear. So I put 3 of those on there in different sizes. I'm going to let those dry, and that finishes off the outside of the card, but I wanted to bring a little bit of the outside elements onto the inside. So I'm bringing in that lighter rose color, and then I have this mini heart swirl die. This is new, and I am in love with it for this exact thing, making little inserts on the inside of the card. So I cut the shadow layer from that inner panel that will go on the card. This is the detailed piece I'm cutting from white. And now I'm going to put these pieces together on the inside of the card. So first, I'm going to have to trim down this swirl, especially the part that's going to go over the fold. I guess you could leave it there and have it go over the fold. That would be fine too. But I'm going to trim it off, and then it's time to glue all the pieces on the inside. So I'm doing the top piece first. This is the original pink panel was 4 inches by 5 1/4. Then I'm going to add on the detailed white scripty heart, swirly heart part, and then I'm using liquid glue, and I did not press that down just in case I needed to move it around a little bit after adding the last piece. But now I've got the pink, the white, the red showing through, a really fun element at the bottom of the card, and plenty of room to write above it. Actually, maybe a little less room in case you don't have a lot to say, right? So there is my card compared to the sketch. It really, like I said, boosted my mojo. And I thought I would show you the other card I made with the sketch next to it. So I did sketch, I think it was 13 and 14. Yeah. And then I have a video in the hop of this other card. So I will, like I said, have the entire playlist linked for you. So you click on the playlist, you'll see all the videos of all the people that are participating in this hop with the Kendra's Card Challenge number 13. You can click over, check out all the videos, see what other people are doing with Trinity stamps and with Kendra's Card Challenge number 13. Here's a couple more videos you might also like, and I will see you all again very soon. Happy stamping! Bye!